Hey folks, Landstryder here, and welcome to episode 7, take 2, in my Regrowth series. This pack's available on the Feed the Beast launcher. So, there's a story behind the whole take 2, and you may notice I'm wearing my iron armor. That's part of the whole take 2 problem. What happened is, the first time I went to record this episode, I got about 5 minutes from the end, and my system froze, and it blue screened, and I crashed. And I knew I lost the video, so I was sad about that. But when I logged back into the computer, started up my game again, and went to load the world was corrupted. I couldn't log in. The world was fatally corrupted. So I had to do a bunch of work to get it back. It involved using MCEdit to load up the corrupted world, copy my base area, and then a lot of NTB Explorer to go in and be able to get the world seed so I could have the same world, delete the old world, create a new one with that seed, edit it, put the base back in, and then use NTB Explorer again to move over my character data from the old world, and as well as the ID configurations, because whenever you create a world using Forge and you world edit, it only saves the numbered ID, not the unlocalized name of things. So like when I came back in the first couple tries, like all the stuff inside of my chests were the wrong items, so I had to do a bunch. Needless to say, I had to do a bunch of NTB editing and stuff, and finally got the world restored back to where it was at, quests and everything, and character information and all that. So, as far as I can tell, I didn't lose anything as far as data goes, or world, or I mean, it even kept my deaths and all that stuff, so I'm still there. One explosion, 2 monsters, which were both direwolves. So yeah, that's where we're at. And that took a full day and a whole lot of curse words, and to fix it back to where it was at before I crashed. So when I reloaded it this time, I went ahead and added aroma backup. So if I have something like that happen again, I shouldn't have to work quite so hard to restore the world. I might have to lose a little bit of time or a little bit of progress, but that's okay, because it shouldn't take me nearly as long to restore from something crazy like that. So yeah, that's the story behind take 2. So what happened in the first take was I turned in a few quests. Obviously, I turned in the quest for the spelunking, which gave me my armor that you see that I'm wearing here, and a title thing, which the title goes in this slot. Actually, I lost the title. Okay, so there is something I lost, but I don't think it's very important. I don't think that title matters too much. And I went ahead and I put the other 6 essence berry bushes down here, and that I got from the quest. Also, what else did I do in that episode? I'm trying to remember what quests I turned in so I can review those real quick. I did I did that on the previous one. Nature essence. The grow, damn it. I did make the magical fertilizer because I have plenty of the essence from this crop now, the nature crop. And I talked about making magical food. You see that right here. Magical food restores 6 hunger and 2 regeneration. So one other thing that I need to talk about real quick before we really get into doing any new stuff is, since I had that downtime, I had to fix my world. About the same time that all happened, version 0.7.2 came out, which has some good updates that I wanted to check out. Few changes to a few minor quest things, and a bunch of script changes. So we are on 0.7.2 for this version. Yay! But that changes the recipe for this. So It's probably good that I made a bunch of this before the recipe got changed, but it's not too big of a deal because now, if I look at the recipe, it requires one of each of the different kinds of magic crop food crops. Now I actually have all of those crops. Some of them are not bred to 10, 10, 10 yet, but I do have all 8 of the different crops. So chili peppers, tomatoes, everything, and I think that's grapes, cucumbers, and I've got a few that I've already bred to 10, 10, 10, raspberries, blueberries, sweet corn, and blackberries. So I will be using those definitely to make this magic food. It's really good. Gives you regeneration 2 for 5 seconds when you eat it. You can eat it even when you're full, so you can get that regeneration effect. So it's really good to take out while you're adventuring. And now that I have the iron armor from completing that other quest, I should be able to do a little bit more exploration without too much worry. And something else that changed in the 0.7.2 version that is very, I'm very thankful for. They reduced the amount of spawn on the direwolves. So the direwolves now spawn considerably less, from like 10 down to 2. So they're more rare than witches now. And also he reduced the damage from 10 down to 6, which would be 5 hearts down to 3 hearts. So now you could, with 0 armor on, you could take 3 hits from them before they kill you. Actually, technically 4, because you'd be left with 1 heart after the 3rd hit. So made them much more survivable before you have any protection. So that's good. So direwolves not nearly as big of an issue now that he made those changes. Phoenix made those changes to the pack. So yeah, I think that's the main points of the 1.7 or the 0.7.2 update. I think there's there's a lot of other little things. Like I said, there's some couple quest tweaks. I think there was a quest added and one fixed. Fortunately, which I was kind of worried about when I updated to 0.7.2, that it would mess up my quest book and I had to fix it, but it didn't, so I'm really happy about that. So now we can get into doing some more quests real quick. So I think I've talked, one other bit of something I need to talk about that I actually covered in the first take, and I wanted to show you or explain mystical flowers. So I started doing mystical flowers, and this is my setup right here for my initial breeding. So I got the red, the yellow, blue, and white from crossbreeding the standard flowers. And while I'm looking at flowers, boy, don't they look nice? Don't these flowers look nice for AgriCraft? That is because I've gone in and I've customized my Sortex texture pack. I've gone in and made some texture tweaks to improve some of these textures. So they have the Sortex quality textures now on things like my sugarcane, my cactus, carrots and potatoes. I've updated the textures with all of the Botania textures that had versions of Sortex versions for. I updated those. It's only the adult stage though, so if I pick one, it goes back to the low quality texture until it grows all the way to an adult. That's okay. Most of these are going to be staying adult most of the time, and that's when I really want them to look good. So tulips I might need to do a little tweaking on and like put them like so that there's 4 tulips in a cross grid thing, kind of like the way these guys are. Anyway, the magic crops, it pulls the textures from the registered textures, so I didn't have to do nothing with those. So those were already converted by Sortex, and then it went ahead and used the Sortex textures for them. But yeah, so potatoes, carrots. I still need to do pumpkins and melons for the textures, and I still need to come up with some better textures for the witchery flowers and stuff. So the Natura ones, it pulls from the registered texture, so I didn't have to do nothing with those. And these, yeah, I basically just copied some Sortex textures into an AgriCraft folder inside my custom zip of the Sortex pack. Anyway, let's move on. I just want to mention that, so if you're wondering why those look so nice now and they didn't before, and why they don't if you're using Sortex, that is because I customized my pack. So maybe if I get them completely done, I might even release that or post it up for Sortex to use, because they are Sortex textures. I mean, I'm not doing anything special there. So I imagine that they would want to include that in their pack if I actually got all the work done for them. So, yeah. Talked about that. That's about it. Okay, so the next thing to really do to move forward, almost all this is done. I will continue crossbreeding mystical flowers. Oh, yeah, I was about to tell you how I did that stage. So after I got the initial ones, these 4, I put them in this formation that you see right here. I've set this back up just so I could show it to you, because I showed it in the first take and then I tore it down. But so I set it back up so I could show you exactly what I did. These 4 all crossed to make the next 5. Well, 4 except for black. They crossed to make purple, orange, magenta, and light blue. And then the black is by crossing blue and cactus, which is why the cactus is over here. So I was crossbreeding here, and if I put a double crop stick here, then I had a good chance of coming up with one of those 4 out of that. The only nice thing about while I was doing this is if it didn't crossbreed, like if a blue flower spread onto there, it would have much better stat than the blue flower over here. It would gain more than 1. It would gain like 2, because I don't know, it's not supposed to based on the settings as far as I can tell, but it seemed like it was gathering some stats off of some of the other parents in this 4-parent method of crossbreeding. But yeah, that'll give you all of the colors for this one. And then now the next one, I'm gonna have to start going back to just doing individual crossbreedings of like two of the same flower cross, and then 2 of the same flower cross, to try and get the next things going. I'm not going to do that on camera because that's boring. You've seen it. I've shown it to you. But I am going to get, let's go back here. I'm going to get some what the world is made out of done. I need this right here. I want to get my metals. I want to get moving forward. I want to get some copper. So for copper, I need orange powder, clay, and a bunch of weak essence. Well, orange powder is not a big deal because I have these flowers out here. These are the orange mystic crops, and you know, when you pick these, you get the orange petals. The other thing that's nice about the mystical flowers is they do respond to bone meal. So you can, if you have bone meal, you can get a bunch of petals real quick. And then once those are bred up to the 10-10-10, then it'd be even easier and quicker. Then mystical, or the essence. The essence is coming from over here. I set up a bunch of these because I know I'm going to need a lot of them. Lots and lots and lots of essence. It's not too bad right now, but later on, when you have to convert and convert and convert, you start needing to have lots and lots more essence. And so I also set up this super crafting frame right here, where I can just click it. It converts all of my essence. It leaves the weak infusion stone in there, and then I can, when I get the next infusion stone, I can just put it on the other side of that chest. Might have to move this chest somewhere else eventually, after I get this thing working. I think, well, it wouldn't entirely crowd it, but it might get a little cramped in that area if I start using that. So let's go sleep off this night. So there's 2 of the things that I need. The well, to turn the, I've already ground up a bunch of dust. Where is that? No, I didn't actually grind the dust. I've got the petals. Then I needed to make I think I made it, but let me see if I can find it in my stuff here somewhere. Maybe? I could swear that I made it. Let me look in here. No. Let me look in here. No. I'm probably looking right past it. Probably looked at it already once. No. Did I possibly put it in there? No. Alright, well, I'm going to make another one just because. It'd be easier than looking through all my stuff. Find it. So I need a bowl. Actually, I think those were the 3 that I used to make the bowl last time. So might have reverted us a tiny bit, and that might be why I can't find it. It was like one of the last things I did before I had that big crash. So there we go. Make bowls. Then you take a plank and a stick, and you can make a mortar and pestle, wooden mortar and pestle. Then that you can use to make floral powder by grinding up petals. So there's my floral powder. Now, I need 64 because I've got to do this quest multiple times. Each time I turn it in, it's going to take 16 floral powder, 16 clay, and 4 weak essence. So let me get a stack of clay in my inventory and start turning this in. Actually, let me go get the essence too while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to need 20 essence total. No, actually, I only need 16 essence total. There we go. That's enough. And I can submit that for the first time. Claim my reward. And I'm going to get essence of copper. What I need this for is in order to infuse a copper. No, that's not what I need. Oh, here's more uses of it. A bunch of uses for this. Actually, this is what I'm trying to get right here. A copper seed. So I need 4 of these in order to infuse a copper seed on the runic altar. Right over there. So let me see. Does that open up any new quests that I can? Yes, it does. So while I'm waiting for this to be repeatable, so it's going to take 1 day, and that's not a real life day. That's just a game day. So if I just wait 1 day, in-game day, I'll be able to repeat that. I need to do it 4 times in order to get that. So I can also right now do start working on these other seeds. So ferric fidelity. This is going to give me iron. I need sand and gray powder. Floral gray. I'm not sure if I have that much gray. I don't have a ton of gray. Something else I want to do with this gray before I turn it into petals, there is an important quest that I need to do right here. Clay for days, which is turn in 10 of those and 12 clay. That's going to give me a clay conda. That is excellent. So now I don't have to go searching for clay out in the wilderness or whatever. I can just convert. I can convert. I'll just put it right there. And it's close enough to that mana pool that it'll draw mana from it when it needs to. And what it'll do is it will convert sand into clay if you place it in the world nearby. Let me see if it'll work with regular sand. Might. I think it, or I mean with red sand. I think it might. Yeah, it does work with red sand, no problem. So there we go. Clay conda. Good. Important thing, don't convert all of your light gray flowers into petals right away, because you need those for that quest. I don't know if there's any other quests where you actually need to turn in the actual flowers, but that one you definitely do. So I made a mistake in one of my playthroughs of just, as I got the flowers, turning them into petals. And then when I needed to turn that quest in, I didn't have any. I just had a stack of petals. So back to what the world is made of. We can probably turn in some of this. There we go. We're gonna we turned in enough essence and enough red sand, but now we need the floral gray powder. So if we turn that into 16 there, and I think my thing is, where did I leave my? Oh, there it is. This thing right here. There we go. It's going to be 16. Is that the right amount? Yes, it is. So I get that one. Oh, it needs gray powder, not light gray. Well, you will need light gray eventually. Whoops. You will need light gray eventually for something. So let me get gray here. Put that one away. Oh gosh, I should just take that and carry that with me. Yeah. That can go in my tool bag when I'm done using it. Which is this white bag. I'm keeping my extra tools in for now. Did I drop it on the... Yeah, I did. Okay, now I should be able to complete this. There we go. And then I'm going to get an essence of iron. And again, this is going to be used to create my iron seed on the altar right here. It's going to take 3 iron and 1 copper essence in order to craft my iron seeds for my initial iron seeds. And also make, it's also used in the tin seed recipe too. So is that going to open anything new? Yeah, so there we go. Now we can start doing tin. Tin is, there we go, there's the light gray. I knew I needed light gray for one of these. So we're going to go ahead and get that one submitted. And it says it needs slate. So you might remember way back I mentioned that you could convert your flint back into slate, like so, excuse me. And then I can submit that. Basically, it takes a whole stack of flint per turn-in on this quest. Just go ahead and grab some more weak essence so I can go ahead and keep turning that in. There we go. Claim that reward. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just trying to get through these since they have a cooldown time. And I want to be able to complete them all now. So also I can do the carbon connection, which is some black, some charcoal, and some stuff. Let me come in here for black. Should have plenty of there. Actually I need more than that, but pretty sure that it's going to take 16. And did I already put it in my bag already? Whoops. Not done using that. I might as well leave it in my regular inventory. There we go. Let's get 16 of those. And the other thing it needs is charcoal. I should have, yeah, I have a bunch of charcoal in here. So we can submit that one too. All right, claim that. There we go. We got some essence. Some of the various essences. I'm probably going to want to set up another chest just for essences. Actually, yeah, let me just do that right now. Just for essences. Another double chest. Whoops. There we go. And I'll probably work on doing some essence. Oh, those are the first 4 that I have. So pretty soon, actually really soon. There we go. Look at that. They just reset. I got that one done just in time to catch the reset on it. So let me go ahead and turn that one in again. Oh, need more floral dye. More floral black. I'm probably not going to have the gray and the other colors just yet. Claim that. Now I think I only need 3 of these coal essences in order to make a coal seed. There it is, coal seed. Yeah, 3 of those plus a charcoal, and I may be able to make some coal seed. So I only need to complete that one more time before I can actually get a resource seed from that. Copper, I'm pretty sure I've got all that stuff. Yeah, claim that. That's one of the more important ones to me, that and iron. And how much of this can I do? I need more essence. I also need more gray. I don't have that much gray. I'm pretty sure I haven't got the Mystic Gray crop yet. No. It's probably going to require crossing a white and a black, I'm guessing. I'm going to guess. What if I just try that? We'll go there. I'll get rid of that yellow one so it doesn't accidentally go there too. Because I'm pretty sure that what is this, light blue? Well, something. Just got something. What is it? Was that? Where'd it go? Black. No. Actually, why don't we look that up real quick so I'll make sure I'm not wasting my time doing this. Mystic Gray flower is, yes, white and black. Okay, I figured as much. I just gotta wait and see if I can't get Mystic Gray flower off of that. And then I'll be able to use bone meal to go ahead and complete that relatively quick. So, I'm not going to be able to do any more of that. I might be able to do this one. What is that? Light gray? Pretty sure I don't have light gray either. No, which is probably going to be, let's see, light gray. Yeah, it's going to be gray with white again. So, I'm going to have to get some flowers in order to complete those. So, what I think I'm going to do instead, let me see here. put this over here for temporary, and that one too, because that one's an improved. Probably clean up my inventory here real quick, and I will do some kind of resource flower this episode, just so you can see what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, that'll work. So what I need some. No, I can't do that one. I can't do that one. What can I do? Which one can I do? Which one can I do? I can't do this one, I don't think. Or maybe. Let me check here. Ender. Wait, where is it at? Ender seeds. I can do this one. I can do this one. Good, good. Okay. It's nighttime. Let me sleep off at night real quick. Keep it daytime so I keep generating mana over there. And plus I don't want mobs spawning nearby. I want them spawning in my trap. So I've got 2 mana pearls. I've got 2 ender essence. I'm going to need an essence seed. There we go. One of those. And I'm also going to need, I think, was it 4 of these or so? Well, I come over here and I put an essence seed, 2 mana pearls, 2 regular ender pearls, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And then I take and smack it with my wand of the forest. Starts going. Yay. Did forget one thing. So it's starting to feed power into that. And I need a living rock in order to be able to. Is it still feeding power? It is. Good, because I wanted to show you. See the little interface, if you look at it. Okay, there, it's full. And it starts putting off those lightning bolts when it's full. If you look at it with the wand of the forest in your hand, you get a little a dial that indicates how far along it's progressed into filling up the mana that it needs. It only works with the wand of the forest in your hand. So then you throw a living rock right on top of it, hit it again, and you'll get your result. So sometimes that's going to be, in this pack, a lot of the times it's going to be a seed or whatever, but sometimes you're still going to need to make runes, and that's how you make the runes. So we'll get runes. These are the normal things that you would mostly make on the runic altar. But there's a lot of recipes that have been added to this runic altar in this pack. So all of the rest of the seeds that I'm going to be wanting to make from this point on, other than the couple of crossbreeds that I still need to do for the mystic flowers, all the rest of the seeds are going to be coming from that rooting altar using that exact process. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one. Oh yeah, this requires garden soil. No, yeah, it's like all these magic crops require the garden soil. So there we go. And go ahead and need some crops. I did move all this over. I think I mentioned I might do this last episode, and I did. So I moved all this over nicely. Also put up the I didn't mention it before, but I put up the irrigation channels. All I have to do now is wait until I get enough iron to make a few sprinklers, and that's going to really help once I get the sprinklers, especially when I'm doing my crossbreeding and stuff, because that's going to speed up the whole process quite a bit. So that's why I wanted to get into making these making all these resource seeds. So there we go. Process for making a resource seed involving the runic altar and stuff. I'm going to do all these ones in the back up here. There we go. I can claim this now. I'm going to get some ender essence and a few more weak essence back. Oh, I get to pick one? Oh, actually, I don't really care about the ender essence. I just take the weak essence. Because I'm going to get more than enough ender essence later, and that's like a whole bunch more harvest than it would be to get the ender essence. What next? What I'm saying is I'm going to finish these up. There's one more over here. I can't remember what metal it is, but there's another metal right there. I'm pretty sure that I get access to at some point once I get some things done. I can also make this, the regular infusion stone. I could do that. I'm pretty sure that I actually am ready to do that. Let me finish. Maybe finish on that note. Oh no, definitely not ready to do that. So yeah, I've got to get the dye essence, which is going to require. These are going to require having all of those other seeds done. All these other seeds. So dye essence isn't too bad. Let's go with seed. Because I can use floral fertilizer. I can use the floral powder. Where is it at? Multicolored one right there. I can use the floral powder for all of these different colors. So all I got to do is combine an essence seed, 2 weak essence, and one of all of each of these. Basically, the color of the rainbow, I think. Roy G. Biv. Something. And yeah, then I'll get my dye seed. A couple of the dye recipes have been removed so that you can't, kind of get around them, like the green dye and the lapis dye or lapis colored one. So those recipes were removed from using the dye. So you can only use a dye to get dyes that you can't get easily other ways. But that's for another episode. Once I actually have the seed and I can show you those recipes. So I think that's about it. Oh, nope, there's one more final thing I want to talk about. The Atlas. I figured this thing out. And also I worked out I fixed the when I was in there messing with the textures, I went ahead and fixed the texture or the GUI interface for this so that I can actually see it properly now. I think when I fixed the world and stuff, some of these maps got a little bit corrupted, but so I might have to remake a couple of the maps, but that's not a big deal. I can make stacks of maps to go in there. So what this is you put blank maps over here. If you turn on your auto center and auto create, as you walk around, it'll create maps. Now I'm actually probably going to use this mostly in zoom level 2. So there we go. Basically each higher zoom level will zoom out. So zoom level 1 is the closest. Zoom level 2, I don't know how far. The maximum zoom out is 5. One of the things that you need to note though is that when you're in zoom level 2, your maps that were created with zoom level 1 you don't use. You actually have to make a new map and you have to use up a blank map. And I don't know if there's extra pages here. So you are kind of limited on the number of map pages you can have in there. So what's going to happen is as I move out in the world, you can see that more area is filling in. It's daytime, I'm safe? Yeah, okay, I can demonstrate this. So yeah, this map is being recreated. I actually made this one before the world crashed, but once I actually got everything back up and running, it had to remake it. So as I move out this way, it'll fill in a lot of that area as I get closer to it. And eventually, if I go all the way off of I don't have a blank map in there, do I? No, I would need a blank map. And then another thing you see, okay, this one shows that see how there's a red line there and there's a red line there? This is the active map because it has the green around it, and this red line indicates that that map is the neighboring area. So actually, if I go this direction until I go off of the map, that other map should be the active map, and I should be able to fill something in on that. Okay, let me just make sure that this works. Said these maps got a little wonky from the from the whole. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I do have this map, and it hasn't been filled in properly yet. So there we go. So now I can travel around this area and it'll fill it in a little bit. And I should be able to do some exploration now without getting lost because I got these maps. And I think I haven't figured out how to so there's this view. I haven't figured out how to make this scroll. Probably have to turn off the auto center. So if I turn off the auto center, maybe I can like scroll this. No. No, I don't know. Still a little confused on some of the aspects here. On some of the what to do with this thing. So I might end up actually using an even further out zoom level just to make it easier, just so I can basically just so I'll be able to see the easy way to get back to my base. So I know that my base is on map 7, so I know that I have to go this way to get to map 7. I need to go, that'd be west in order to load map 7. So, and yeah, because there's my base over there somewhere. Anyway, that's about where I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize for not being able to show you some of those quest turn-ins because that video got lost. And fortunately, I was able to get the world back to where it was at. I think I tried really hard to get rid of all the nearby resources that I had already picked up, but there are like some grass areas that I had already claimed, but are now regenerated because I had to regenerate the world at large. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. And I'm between episodes going to go ahead and get the rest of those resource seeds, those initial resource seeds that I showed you right here. These guys. Yeah, I showed you the process making the ender seed, and the process for the rest of these is pretty much the same. You've seen the recipe as I was looking at them. So yeah, just you put stuff on the altar, make the seed, and then basically back to using the same 4-parent method for increasing the stats until I get 10, 10, 10s, and then we'll find a place for them in the garden. And until next time, guys, be sure to leave a like, comment, thumbs up, all that fun stuff, and I will catch you later.